Hello, and welcome to the Complete Lakers podcast. I'm Anthony Wilson, recording from Los Angeles, California. So, last night, the NBA returned to NBC for the first time in 23 years as the league opened its 2025 2026 season. The Lakers were part of a doubleheader, and they lost at home to the Warriors 119 to 109. Luka Doncic had his best game in the Lakers uniform, 43 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. He shot 17 of 27 from the field, though he was only 2 of 10 from three. And I think something uh, important there to note is that, with any shooter, the three ball is going to come and go. But I think what you saw last year from Luka when he was, I think recovering, it was a calf injury that he was recovering from when he was traded to the Lakers. He missed like a month. He was already out. Was already missing time. He was out for like a month, um, which the duration started before the trade and continued, after the trade. And then when he came back, he was rusty, and he. But I think that the thing that really stood out was how he was missing all of his little bunnies, his little close shots, you know. And I think last night there was he was hitting all those, and obviously he played all summer, and so he's come in like pretty much already in mid season form, but I'm just excited because that was one of the things that was weird and frustrating about watching matches. Like, when is he going to stop missing all these little bunnies, you know? And but so you look at the numbers then. I mean, he was 15 of 17 on 2 point shots last night. So it came on a losing effort, but still that was encouraging because I mean, when he's making those little the easy ones, that's when he's the best, you know, as good a scorer as there is, in the league. Uh, Austin Reeves had 26 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists on 9 of 16 shooting. For the Warriors, Jimmy Butler led them with 31. Steph Curry had 23. Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hill had 17 apiece. Draymond did Draymond things. He had 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. So basically the Warriors had four guys with 17 points or better, and the Lakers had two with more than 10. So DeAndre Ayton had 10. So they had three guys in double figures, but only two guys with more than 10 points. While the Warriors had four guys with 17 or better, and then Draymond playing like Draymond. And the Lakers don't play again until Friday against Minnesota, so that's going to be another tough one. Obviously, LeBron didn't play last night, and I guess he's not going to play on Friday either. I know they said he'd be out 3 to 4 weeks. I think that was a couple weeks ago when they said that. So he's still got a little bit more time on the mend here. He was, sitting on the bench. I saw somebody say that, he was just not engaged at all with the team and wasn't really reacting. He was just sitting there the whole game. So who knows? Obviously, the LeBron thing has been it's been a saga that's been playing out since the summer. When he put out that he opted in, but Rich Paul put out that statement on his behalf, which was just I don't know, it seemed like a threat. Like he was teasing a trade request. Then he went to summer league, and it was I don't know, it was it was kind of weird at points there, and then he um, yeah, that happened, and then he came to uh, media day, and everything seemed fine. I mean, on his end, but there was the report that the Lakers basically he had requested he asked for an extension, and they didn't give him one. And then most recently, once he had to, announced that he was going to miss some time with the sciatica, Dave McMenamin came out and said that He might be looking at these how the Lakers play without him to decide if he might want to make a move and try to go somewhere else. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just been like this with LeBron ever since. I mean, he's just always holding the Lakers' feet to the fire. You know, but I guess this is what he's been doing his whole ever since probably shoot ever since his first stint in Cleveland. I guess this is what he does. And the fact of the matter is that, like I said a couple episodes ago, the Lakers still need him. He was a big missing piece last night. You know, they lost by 10. They cut it to 6, I think, in the fourth quarter. You know, and if he had been there, with what he brings, it's possible, very possible, they win that game. So um, they need him back. You know, he's still one of the top 10, 15 at worst players in the league. So even at 40, almost 41 years old. So they need him back out there, man. And yeah, so as far as the Warriors, right, you kind of have to put an asterisk next to this victory because they, are playing a team missing their second best player. But I just say that they look like the Warriors. That quick hitting offense with all the passing and stuff like that. It was Warriors basketball, classic Warriors basketball. And I said already, I think that if they had, if 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 Steph Curry had not injured his groin last year in the playoffs, they might have won the whole thing. You know, uh, so yeah, I just think they looked really good, even though the Lakers weren't really equipped to really do anything against them last night defensively. Uh, and the truth is that even LeBron is not really a defensive player anymore, but it would have been the Lakers would have packed more of a punch on offense with LeBron out there. So, but yeah, the Warriors, when they look good. I think they're gonna be great this year. They're gonna win a lot of games, and probably a top 3 seed in the West. You know, uh, yeah, they're looking good. Um, okay, so right, so yeah, I mean the Lakers don't play again until Friday against Minnesota. Obviously, Minnesota, the team that just eliminated them um, last year in 5 games in the first round. That was going to be on Prime Video. So it's like the old era is back, but then also there's a new era. And then on Sunday, the Lakers play at the Kings. That one should be a bit more manageable, um, even without LeBron, because the Kings are kind of, like I said, I think Westbrook will play well with Sabonis, but Westbrook playing well is not the same thing as the Kings playing well. And also Sabonis is. I don't even think Sabonis is going to play on Sunday. He has some type of injury. I forgot what it was. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to at least get that one. But an 0-2 start, that's not going to look good, which is most likely what it's going to be. You know, um, but we'll see though. DeAndre Ayton, at least he's big. He had 10 points and 6 rebounds. I bet on him to do more, and he didn't do it. He had 10 and 6 last night. So hopefully, hopefully just his size alone out there will make a difference against Gobert and Reed and Randall, because we didn't have him at all last year. We saw what happened. But yeah, um, hey, we just have to see, man. The NBA is back, and it'll be the Blazers on Monday. But I think the Blazers are going to be improved too. You know, they got Drew Holiday. You know, so yeah, they were competitive last year. You know, so Chauncey has them moving in the right direction. I would say. Uh, So we'll just have to see, man. There's really no more easy nights in the NBA. You know, it just that's what the league wanted, and that's what they got. You know, they wanted parity, they got parity, and I don't think it's best for the game overall, but it's what we have now. Um, so I mentioned that it was a doubleheader last night. In the first game, the Thunder beat the Rockets 125 to 124 in double overtime. Um, this is one that Miners were looking pretty good. Like I know I can play everything over and everything under also. But then it goes to double OT, and you know, Min Thompson stayed under, but Chet Holmgren he went over. Uh, Shea Gilgeous he clutched up and got to 35. He only had 11 points going into the in the fourth quarter. Um, and yeah, I mean, the Rockets they started that giant lineup because they don't have any guards that they trust. Reed Shepard came off the bench. He played 28 minutes. He was their first round pick in 2024. He played 28 minutes off the bench. He was 3 for 11, 2 of 7 from three. He had 9 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. And he doesn't look ready to lead an NBA offense at all. I don't even think that's his game. He's more of just he's really somebody who should be playing like off the ball. Even though he's only like 6'3", I think. Um, Şengün was great. He had 39 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. But this lineup there, it's amazing. They only, of course, on ring night, because the Thunder they got their rings last night. Ring night is always a night where it can go kind of like it can go either way. Sometimes the adrenaline will it'll leave the team that got their rings will leave them flat, you know. And you can kind of, especially with Shea, it seemed like Shea came out like it's only 11 points in the first 3 quarters. That is so unlike him. Uh, but they were able to keep it close and get it to OT and then get it to it goes to double OT, and they went on 2 Shea free throws at the end. But yeah, this Rockets team, they're going to have to get themselves a true point guard. It is what it is. They're not going to be, like I said, it was impressive. It was amazing that they kept it, made it such a competitive game, playing basically not just starting 5 forwards, but they played 9 guys. And really only one of them was a guard, and that was Shepard. Everybody else is a forward, you know. So, they're going to have to get themselves a point guard. Obviously, Fred VanVleet out for the season. So everybody's talking about the Rockets this off season, but that's a major blow for them, you know. And they're not going to be able to. It's not going to be able to work, long term. That this lineup like this with all these big guys, you know. And I'll say that game and really the night in general, just going back to the NBA on NBC thing, it felt like the NBA, like even the games itself, like the games were, like 120. It had to go to double overtime though. I think in regulation, it was like 102 to 102 in regulation, was it? Something like that. And uh, but so yeah, that was pretty low scoring. The Lakers game was a little more offense. But just I remember when Chuck Klosterman wrote that piece about the he was talking about like how you can watch, you can look at you can turn on a certain channel like blindly. Like you can tell the difference between channel 2, channel 4, channel 7, channel that's I'm in LA. That's what it's like. But I mean CBS, NBC, Fox, ABC. You can tell what channel it is just by looking at it, right? Like they have just certain, it has a certain look. NBC always had that. They had a certain look to them, right? And you could tell that that's. I haven't watched NBC probably. I mean, I don't know how long, right? Well, that's not true because I watch football. I watch the football games, but the Sunday night football or the college football games they show also. So, um, but yeah, you could just it had that vintage classic NBA or NBC feel to it. And even with the Rockets playing that big lineup and not having that much spacing or that much shooting, it almost kind of felt like one of those old school games from the early 2000s. You know, so uh, outside of that, um, I would say that it did. I mean, it didn't really. I was hoping it would hit me right in the feels watching it, but it's just I mean, it's 20 something. Like I said, it's 23 years uh, since they last played on NBC, and it's just a whole new player, you know. and I was talking to Galvez about it, you know, and he was saying, no matter what he said they could bring back 2000 and like prime Shaq, young Kobe, young everybody, and we're so old now as viewers in the game that it's not gonna feel the same that it did when we were kids. And of course that's true. Like my buddy Sark said once, the childlike aura, it doesn't stay the same once you get old, you know. Um, so uh, yeah, I mean it just but it is nice, and it was nice to see Mike up there, uh, talking and saying that he wishes he could still get out there and play. Um, you know, I don't have any question that Michael Jordan, if he played in this era, uh, he would still be Michael Jordan. He might be even better than he was back then. Maybe people have to understand is that like people try to take guys from the era they played in and imagine what they'd be like in this era, as if they'd be the same and they play the exact same way. And if they played in the '80s and the '90s, they play the exact same way then as they do in this era, which is not how it would be. Guys would shoot more threes, and guys would have better handles and stuff like that, because that's the era that we play in. And then even then, even if you take a Bird or a Magic or Jordan, whoever it is, and put them in this era, if they play the exact same way, they're still going to be dominant players, because the great players, as Kenny Smith once said, the great players they can um, they can uh, play in any era. You know, uh, they translate to any era. Same way going in reverse. If you took LeBron, you took KD, you took Curry, you took any of these youngsters playing at the end of the day, and you put them in the previous era, they're still gonna eat. Because they're great. Um, it's the more marginal or players that you wonder how would they translate to different eras. But great is great regardless of the era. Um, just like in boxing or anything else. So um, yeah, yeah, but yeah, it's glad the NBA is back on NBC. Is that else on the? I guess that's all on the basketball front. Let's get to NFL. Uh, week 7 concluded on Monday night. I'll just run through all the games that happened in week 7, starting on Thursday, which was. Did I talk about that game already? The Bengals beat the Steelers 33-31. I don't remember if I talked about it or not, but yeah, that happened. The Rams beat the Jaguars 35 to 7. That was a London game on Sunday. Um, yeah, Rams looked good. Puka Nacua didn't even play, and it didn't matter. The Rams are 5-2 now. Devontae Adams caught 3 touchdown passes. So The Chiefs beat the Raiders 31-0. So the Chiefs are back. Chiefs have their full complement of players. They're 4-3 now, looking like they're looking like the Chiefs again. Mahomes back to putting up Mahomes like numbers. You know, a funny thing happened the last couple of years. Um, and without the same weapons that that he's uh, well, I can't even say without the same weapons because when they won that Super Bowl in 2020, 2022, with Juju was their wide receiver one. Now I love Juju because he went to USC. That year, Mahomes threw 41 touchdown passes, right, and 5,200 yards. So it's not like that wasn't exactly it wasn't the receiving core he has now, or when he had Tyreek Hill and he still won the MVP. But the last 2 years, 27 touchdown passes, then 26 touchdown passes last year. This year has 14 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions through 7 games. So well on his way to recording over 30 touchdown passes again. And they just look really good. Like I said, Rashae Rice, he was back out there uh, and caught 2 touchdown passes. So they have their full complement of weapons now, and they just look scared. And like I said, the Raiders need a new quarterback. They have to get a quarterback. No disrespect to Geno Smith. His redemption arc has been great, but the Raiders have to get a new quarterback. The Browns beat the Dolphins 31-6, and somehow Mike McDaniels is still the head coach there. The Patriots beat the Titans 31-13, so they're 5-2 now. Drake May and Mike Vrabel, Josh McDaniels back as the offensive coordinator. Patriots feeling like the Patriots again, man. Um, the Panthers beat the Jets 13-6. As the Jets quarterback play continues to be abysmal. It looks like they're going to make a change there. They're going to get Justin Fields up out of there. The Panthers are 4-3 now. The Bears beat the Saints 26-14, so the Bears moved to 4-2. The Eagles beat the Vikings 28-22. The Colts beat the Chargers 38-24, so the Colts are 6-1. The Colts are just damn legit. I'm trying to think of the last time there was a team like that like kind of came out of nowhere. They're like, this is just the best team in football. The Colts will probably like make the conference finals. The conference championship game, and lose to the Chiefs or the Bills or something like that. And that time she'll be like, God damn it, and they'll probably never be this good again. With this group of players. The Broncos scored 33 points in the fourth quarter to beat the Giants, 33-32. They were down. I think it was 19-0 to start the fourth quarter. They came back and won. The Packers beat the Cardinals 27-23. Uh, so the Packers keep rolling. The Cowboys doubled up on the Commanders 44-22. As Dak Prescott continues to play great. CeeDee Lamb was back in the lineup for them on Sunday. The Niners doubled up on the Falcons 20-10 in the Sunday night game. So the Niners moved to 5-2. And then on Monday night we had the Lions beating the Buccaneers 24-9, and the Seahawks beating the Texans 27-19. Boy, I tell you, man, that C.J. Stroud is terrible, man. C.J. Stroud is awful. Golly, what happened to that guy, man? Jeez. All right, now Week 8 commences on tomorrow night with the Vikings at the Chargers. We'll have to see. I mean, the Chargers were 3-0, weren't they? And now they're only 4-3. Vikings are 3-3. I know J.J. McCarthy was the emergency quarterback on Sunday. I don't know who's going to start for them on tomorrow night, but give me the Chargers either way. Then we had the 0-7 Jets, the 3-4 Bengals. The Bengals got Joe Flacco now. Give me the Bengals. The Bears at the Ravens. Ravens are in a free fall. Lamar not going to play. They coming off a bye. The Ravens are. Lamar's not playing. Even the Bears. Uh, you know what? Actually, though, wait a second. Is Lamar playing? Why are the Ravens a 6.5 point favorite? Lamar must be playing. Let me see something. Is Lamar playing? Well, Lamar's questionable. I guess I think he's going to play if they're a 6.5 point favorite. So yeah, give me the Ravens. I'm almost going to pick the Ravens anyway. Because how good are the Bears? Are the Bears going to go now? The Bears going to go 13-4? I don't think so. The Dolphins at the Falcons. Obviously, I'll take the Falcons. The Bills at the Panthers. Give me the Bills to get back on track. The Niners at the Texans. Like I said, CJ Stroud is terrible. Give me the Niners. The Giants at the Eagles. The Giants just beat the Eagles. The Eagles are going to get back. So give me the Eagles. The Browns at the Patriots. I'm all over the Patriots, brother. The Patriots about to go to 6-2. The Buccaneers at the Saints. Um, yeah, obviously the Buccaneers. Buccaneers go to 6-2. Damn, it's a bunch of mismatches this week. The Titans at the Colts. Obviously the Colts. The Colts is 14.5 point favorites. Give me the Colts. Remember, now I don't pick against the spread. I just pick winners. I'm just saying the Colts are 14.5 point favorites. But that's an in division game, and it is, any given Sunday, I guess, is, you don't see, it doesn't happen as much anymore, but it's always an effect. So keep a lookout on that. Even though the Colts, like I said, look like maybe the best team in football. Then we got the Cowboys at the Broncos. That should be a good one. Broncos at home, though. Give me the Broncos. The Packers at the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers against his old team. I want the Steelers to win, but I don't know if they will. Green Bay is a 3.5 point favorite. Shoot. I'm going to have to go ahead and give me the Packers on that one. And then on Monday night, we'll have the Commanders at the Chiefs. Sorry, Commanders, but the Chiefs are looking like the Chiefs again. They're 11.5 point favorites. Give me the Chiefs. All right. So before I get out of here, just a reminder to hit that subscribe button next to the Complete Podcast Network, and to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at TC Pod Network. You can also send feedback and mailbag questions to Complete Lakers Podcast at gmail.com. I am out.